Well, hello there, Inkquiring Minds out there in here all around the world and all the ships at sea. Welcome to Inkquiring Minds Live for August 2025. And I'm dressed all up in my flowery summer outfit. Actually,
it's 11 o'clock.
Thank you. It's actually, I bought this because when Tom Odo of Gold Spot Pens sent me this Opus 88 for review. Let me put it in the non-blurry area here. I said to him I should wear a Hawaiian shirt to match this pen. He said, well, that's what I do too. So I went out to Amazon and I found this shirt which matches this pen so lovely. It's beautiful. So I only intended to wear this once for the video. And I found that the shirt was so comfortable that I went and ordered a few more. Now, I share my Amazon account with my son, and so he gets to see what my purchases are, and I get to see what his purchases are. And so he saw this shirt go by and then thought, okay, well, he's doing that for a video or something. Then he saw three more. And he sent me a text and said, do we require an intervention, Dad? Because you're going all Magnum PI on me and I'm worried. So, yeah, I thought I would wear it. Bright, colorful, Hawaiian, matches a pen, matchy-matchy. Okay. Good to see all of you. Thanks for arriving today on a Saturday morning here in Alberta anyway, and to those of you joining around the world, thank you for getting up in the middle of the night to see this old guy drone on for about an hour and a half or so. We got a lot of people. We're over, you got 25 people here, and let's see who's here. Now, I started the stream about 15 minutes early so people could gather and chat, and the first person in was Iron Spider. So let's just see whether this works right here. There we go. There's Iron Spider. He was the first one in. And then there's Teresa. Good to see you, Teresa. Thanks for joining us. I've got a question from you that I'm going to try to answer today during Doug's mailbag. And Harry is here. Sorry, Harry. It's Hari is here as well as always. And of course my co-pilot Copperplate from Germany. It's probably the middle of the night there. Thank you for arriving. And she announced that the flight was Doug 825, and we're off to the beautiful city of Inky Happiness. And we're expecting a smooth journey, as long as you can all hear me. Hey, co-pilot, can everybody hear me and see me okay? Do my gestures work today? Yes, they do. What do you know? I never know whether this stuff is going to work until I go live. And then there's a name like nobody else. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And who else came here? There's Harry 2000s. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. There's John DM. Happy Saturday to everyone. And there's TJ. Hello, TJ. You're always here. Thank you so much for your support. And Diego, good to see you again, my friend. And there's T. Bayless. Good to see you. And of course, Juicy is here with her husband Derek in the house from Cornwall. And apparently, Juicy gave in and made a pen purchase overnight. I knew it, saw it so here somewhere. There we go. There it is. Found a super purple Memento Zero on Endless Pens yesterday with a $50 off coupon code. You caved, eh? Are we going to put some green ink in that purple pen? Go against the grain. And there's Yavuz from Istanbul. It used to be Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. How are things out in Istanbul? There's Russell. Hey, Russell. Thanks for joining us. There's Edico. Hi, Edico. Good to see you. There's Kitty Cat. Hello, kitty cat. Thanks for joining us. So I have got an agenda of pen stuff to talk about. We might not just stick to pens. We might talk about other subjects as well. There are a number of things happening this weekend, one of which is the DC Pen Show in Washington, where my good friend Clara Coco is at the Leonardo booth right now. And my good friend Yost is there as well with Applebaum. And I'm going to talk about them in a moment. But I have got an agenda of stuff to talk about. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. There's our agenda for August 2025. We're going to talk about what's new. And there's not as much new as there is old. And we're going to talk about what old pens I've got. And I've got a basket full of old pens. And so I think I'm set for the next 2 months of Pen Resurrection Sundays. I might have to move the resurrections into Wednesdays or something like that to try to get through the backlog of old pens. And then we're going to look at Doug's mailbag. I've got 2 or 3 questions I'm going to try to answer. And then I've got a topic here that I want to talk about. And that's what's up with Sheaffer. Because I'll get into it when I get into it. But there's new stuff happening with Sheaffer if you didn't know. And so I'm going to go over some of those details and give you an update on what I learned just this morning about a pen coming to me that I'm going to review. And then we're going to do a membership giveaway. Yes, the last 2 months have been a bust, and I'll talk about that in a moment, but we're going to be able to do the membership giveaway. And of course, the next live stream is September 6th on Saturday. So, first of all, let me tell you about the membership giveaway thing. Those of you that joined me in July and June will know that I attempted unsuccessfully to give away memberships, and I thought that was my fault. YouTube gives creators the opportunity during live streams of giving away 10 free memberships to their channel a month. And you can only do 5 at a time during a live stream, so if you do 2 live streams, you can give away 10. I only do 1 live stream a month, so I could only give away 5. But when I attempted it the last 2 months, the button just wasn't there anymore. I thought it was my bad. I thought it was user error. I did some research, and no, everybody's pissed right off about YouTube taking away this feature for creators. And it was really interesting because what they said they were doing was expanding this beta rollout to a larger community. And the way they did that was to repeal it from everybody who was already using it and then try to roll it out somehow other. And a lot of people said, I don't see that as an expansion when you're retracting it from everybody. But obviously we'll see. But I've looked on my menu and it is there. I can click on it here and it shows membership gifting, and it says giveaway 10 memberships. So it's there in my menu. So I'm hoping later on, and my co-pilot Copperplate will keep me on track here, remind me about the membership giveaway, and we'll do that later on. So apparently it's come back. So we'll give that a try, and we'll give away 5 free memberships to Inkquiring Minds. So let's look at what's new coming up, new videos in the next few weeks. I haven't got a lot of new pens coming, but I've got some new video stuff happening. So let's go to my desk to see whether it works. Because the other thing that's happening technologically is my iPhone, which I use as my desk cam, keeps turning on and off on me all the time. It keeps buzzing and beeping and doing all kinds of strange things. Those of you who have joined me before, and I haven't noticed it yet, are you actually hearing me? Everybody's hearing me okay? Give me a thumbs up, guys. Let me know that you can hear me and see me. And there goes my camera again. I don't know why it's doing that. Come on. There we go. You've seen this pen before. This is an Opus 88. And the interesting thing about this pen is the nib on it, because this nib is a super flex, incredible flex, kind of homemade pen nib. And it's called the Aeroflex, and I've had it for several months now. I keep taking it to pen club meetings and letting everybody try it. People who are better at copperplate and calligraphy have tried this out, and everybody who tries it just goes, wow. And I've been holding off doing the review because I'm so awful at doing any kind of copperplate. But even on this terrible paper, it's going to go away again. Here we go. Even on this terrible paper, watch this. That's the best calligraphy I can do. And it's horrible. And this paper is horrible too. It's going to feather all over the place. But, oh my God. I've never seen anything like this. I've got to blot this off. And of course, I got a beautiful Pelikan Edelstein golden lapis, golden shimmering ink in that. Oh, I ruined my notes. Went right through. Okay. So anyway, I've decided, yes, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do a review of this very, very interesting nib. Claire Coco has already done one. She ordered one from the gentleman who makes these, and he's in the UK, I think. And she's done a review already if you want to hop over to her channel to see it. But next week, I think I'm going to attempt to do that review. I also, you may have also seen this. I just received this replacement C80, because I got this C80 in gold and black, and the stub nib didn't work too well. And Asvine reached out to me and helped me solve the issue. It was a combination of very heavy shimmering ink and the stub nib, which still has a couple of issues. But they said, well, we'll send you a replacement. I said, well, that's not necessary, because you know, this one's writing fine now. And they said, nope, they sent it to me anyway. So Sally of Easy Buy, Asvine, Brittam at Asvine, reached out and sent me this gorgeous, shimmering aqua blue C80 with a large number 8 medium nib this time. And so I know exactly the ink that I'm going to put in this pen. It's J. Urbain Kyanite du Nepal, and that is the ink I use in my opening scribble. Then, an Inkquiring Mind fan named, I have to pronounce it probably, Kieran. I'm not going to out him with the last name, but his name is Kieran, and he felt that I needed to try this pen and review it. And this looks very much like a Parker 51, 61, something like that in shape. But when you open it up, it has a number 5 size nib and a long tapering section. The pen is made in India, but is a collaboration between the Indian pen company Camlin, C-A-M-L-I-N, and a Japanese pen maker. And this one is called the Camlin Elegante. It posts beautifully. It really does feel like a large Parker 51 with an open nib. And it has a push-pull converter. So I haven't reviewed this yet. Maybe in a couple of weeks you'll see this review. And thanks to Kieran for sending me this pen for review. Then I'm going to do a collaboration video with my pen friend. Oh, come on. Come on, camera. Dum, 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 dum. Hello. Come on, camera. You can do it. There we are. Come on. So this is a Tom Studio Lumos, and I asked Tom Odo of Goldspot Pens to send this to me because I wanted to see whether artists would like this system. And it is a system of pens that you can add another one on here, and you can change out the nibs, and it feels like a fountain pen, but it is like a marker, and it has a number of different nibs to it. And I thought, well, I'm going to give this to my friend Janice, who is a sketch artist, and see how useful it is for an actual artist. I won't find much use for this myself. But so I decided to do a collaboration video with Janice. She's really reticent about being seen on camera, so I'll say, well, I'll just show your hands. How's that? And so she's either going to come here or I'm going to go there, and we're going to do a collaboration video on the review of Tom's Studio Lumos system. And that'll be coming up real soon now. And then my good friend Yost at Applebaum, via Stephen Brown, sent me this, which is a wingback. Oh, there goes my camera again. It's a wingback brass ballpoint pen. There it is. And it's a short but heavy brass ballpoint that you twist to extend the nib. And it's heavily knurled here on the section and on the flip. So this becomes a fidget spinner as well. So this is a very interesting pen. I'm going to do a review of that. And this pen is for sale via Yost Applebaum. And its sale price is $175.15 US. And I'm going to sell it for $130 through my website. So you'll see that video coming up real soon now. Okay. I think that is it for what's new. Let's go back here to my ugly face and see what people are saying. So, Juicy Louise says, I bet Aziza could do magic with that nib. And that was exactly my thinking. I was thinking I really wasn't qualified to give my opinion on this super flexy, amazing artist's nib, but that Aziza would. Now, I don't know her personally, but I thought, well, maybe I'll reach out to her and see whether she'd be able to do a good review on this pen. But then I thought, well, because of the generosity of the gentleman who sent this nib to me, I'll do my review first, and then I'll send it off to Aziza. So, yeah, I had the same thought. Juicy Louise, thank you. Yeah, and it's a wet noodle flex. It's amazing. I'll talk about it when I get to the review next week, but how it's made is very interesting. And I've got an early one. This is a very early one, so it looks really rough. And he's been developing it and changing his materials and changing the processes, and he sent me a number of new photos and things of the new nibs that he has developed. That's a very wide line. Okay. Hello, Shane. Shane says, I like the C80 a lot, but the feed on mine can't keep up with the 1.1. That was my thinking, too, that it was the feed. And that's when I did my original review of the black and gold one. I took the nib off and actually scored the feed a little bit to see whether I could get the ink flow a little bit more generous. And people kept saying that this was an ebonite feed, and it's really not. It's textured plastic. And I never saw anywhere where Asvine said that it was an ebonite feed. But certainly a 1.1 stub might benefit from having an ebonite feed. It might flow a little bit better. No, you're very nice for saying that, Copperplate, but my calligraphy skills are awful. And people have commented on that before. Stick to cursive writing and work on that because my calligraphy sucks. Yeah, I think you're right, Russell. Apparently the reviews out there help them to make some upgrades. And that's the thing that's really impressed me. And it's not just because they sent me this new C80 for free. Thank you very much for that. People think, well, because I got a YouTube channel and I'm going out to 22,000 subscribers, that Asvine is going to be trying to appease me because I'm doing a review. But I'm hearing from a lot of people that whoever reaches out to Asvine, they get immediate responses. You reach out to Sally at Easy Buy on Etsy, and she speaks to you right away. It doesn't matter whether you have a YouTube channel or not. They are actually rolling over themselves to try to give first-rate customer service, and they're listening. So they're listening to people's concerns about things, and they're making changes and upgrades and improvements to their products all the time. How many other companies out there do you know that do that? Many, many companies are resting on their flagship pen and just mass producing them and never making any changes to anything. When have you ever seen Pilot make a change to the Metropolitan to remove that bump? Never, because it's a cash cow. Why change it? Don't fix it if it doesn't need changing. But I think it does need changing. Let's see. Edico, thank you. For the iPhone, you may have too many notifications and other background processes going on in the background. You can turn off notifications or use the focus mode. Yeah, that's a good idea. I wonder if I can do that. I'm not going to touch things while I'm live. You know, I start screwing around with the technology and I might just go away. So I'll remember that for next time. I'm going to turn, I think it works if I put it on private mode or focus mode. It'll still work with my OBS software. So thank you for that suggestion. I was thinking that maybe I was getting notifications and that's what's knocking the camera off. But I think you're right. So Russell says, if anyone wants to see the DC Pen Show online, Inkdependence did a 3-hour live stream from there yesterday afternoon. And they're in the thick of it right now. It's 11:30 here. That means it's 1:30 in Washington, D.C. and Saturday, and they'll be right in the middle of their busiest time. I was invited to go to the Pen Show in Washington by both Claire and Yost, but I'm avoiding the U.S. at this point, so not going. And I have something to say about the Pen Show coming up. And I have a little video of Claire. Well, let's actually see whether we can do that now. Why not do that now? Let's see. See if I can get it up on my computer here. That's what she said. Here we go. Now you have to tell me whether you can hear this or not.
Coco, and I'm here at the DC Pen Show working at Leonardo. And I want to tell you, tomorrow on Saturday, we are having a raffle. So please come by our table and get your free raffle ticket between 9 and 3. And then at 3 o'clock, you must be present to win. I will pull out the lucky winner, and I hope it's you. This is the pen. It is a gorgeous Momento Zero Grande, primary manipulation 1, a Jonathan Brooks material, and it is absolutely stunning with a stainless steel nib. And you can choose your nib size, whether you want extra fine, fine, medium, broad, stub, but this is going to one lucky winner. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous pen. So please come by, say hello. We're all having fun. It's been a very wonderful first day of the show, and tomorrow's going to be even better. It's Saturday. It's going to be pretty hectic in here, but come by, say hello, get your raffle ticket. Ciao for now.
There we go. Let's see if I can get back to me again. So there we go. That was That was Claire down at the DC Pen Show. She filmed that yesterday. And so she'll be really busy right now at the Leonardo desk. It's nice they're giving away an MZG with Jonathan Brooks. I don't need one because I have one. This is my Jonathan Brooks. Leonardo MZG Dutch Pen Show 2021. Jonathan Brooks, Earth Magic 2. Gorgeous, gorgeous pen. But so one lucky person is going to win a Leonardo. Claire was telling me that she ends up being the mouthpiece, basically, for Leonardo at the Leonardo table, because Salvatore is a wonderful guy, wonderful personality and everything. He's just a bit shy, and his English isn't great. He's Italian, of course. So he tends to be a little bit standoffish, but Claire, as you can tell, is not shy. So she's reaching out to people and glad-handing and talking up the Leonardo brand, which is wonderful. It's good to see her doing that. Hey, it's only 1 week to Harry's birthday. Get your gift suggestions in, and we'll all send Harry something for his birthday. Should I buy an Asvine C80 or a Ranga pen with a gold nib? I don't want to say anything against Asvine, because this is going to be one of the top pens of the year, I think, the Asvine C80. But you know, of all of the Indian pens that I've tried, Ranga is the best. And not just the best because of quality or anything like that. They're handmade, and there's so many options. So I would say get yourself a Ranga with a gold nib, because you can get any kind of nib you want on them. And a Ranga with a gold nib would be quite the beautiful pen. Especially some of their ebonite is just wonderful. So that would be my suggestion. Anyway, I've got a couple of Rangas that are still beautiful, beautiful pens. There you go. And GC Louisi seconds my opinion. And Teresa says Clarissa is also a Leonardo representative of Snowy Studios. Wonderful. T. Bela says, I'm right. Thank you. I'm here all week. Thank you. Yeah, I'm right about Ranga. Tons of choices. Yeah, it's the most difficult thing with Ranga is making the selection. There's so many different wonderful resins, acrylics, ebonites, nib combinations, styles, large, small. It's great. Okay, so let's get into what is old. What's coming up old? Well, number one, this is old. Okay, you're seeing it right here. This is why I like old pens, because they make me feel young again. So let's take a look to see what's coming in terms of pen resurrections to your Inkquiring Minds YouTube channel. This one's coming tomorrow. This is a 1945 Parker Vacuumatic in gold and pearl. It is a third generation Vacuumatic, so it has the celluloid stem on it. And this one had one cap band missing, and I was successfully transplanted a gold ring from another pen to this one. And it had a horrible looking gold nib, but within 5-10 minutes I got it sparkling like it's brand new. And this nib is extra fine. I don't think I've experienced a Parker Vacuumatic with this fine a nib before. It's measuring out, topping out at 0.4 millimeters, which is an extra fine. And this is a gorgeous pen, and I'm selling this pen. This video goes up tomorrow morning, but you members are already seeing it. and I was able to polish it up brand new. I'm just thrilled with how it came up. It's gorgeous. It's a made in the US. There's some concern about, I had some concern about dating this pen because the date code is not there on the barrel, and the code on the nib says 51. So I'm thinking it was a 1951 replacement for a 1940s Parker Vacuumatic. So I'm calling it a 1945, even though it's probably, it could be from 42 to 48. But that pen is for sale right now, and I'm asking $200 US for this gorgeous pen. There we go. And next up will be this one. This is a 1930s. There's no date codes on these, but this is a Sheaffer Balance, one of the originals in carmine red, stacked celluloid. This has not been restored. It does have someone's name on it, and I've done some research on Edson D. Alt, and I found him. I mean, he's not alive anymore, but he passed away back in the 90s, I think. But he was from Colorado. And so I think I'm going to leave that wonderful inlaid signature on this pen. This is a lever filler, and it has a lifetime two-tone platinum, palladium, and 14 karat gold nib. It has an ink window right there, and this will polish up beautifully. This is a white dot Sheaffer. It's a 1000. That 1000 was actually the price, not 1000 but $10 back in the day in the 1930s. This was a $10 pen. So I'm going to polish that one up, and you'll see that one real soon. And then I got this. These are all from the same auction. This is a 1959 Parker 51 Aerometric in cocoa brown. And my camera's gone off again. And we will just there we go. And there is the Parker 51 Aerometric from 1959 in cocoa brown. This is one of the more rare colors. You don't see this that often. Beautiful Aerometric. I don't know whether I'm going to convert this to a converter or not. I can if I want to. Let me know what you think. Should I convert this to a cartridge converter pen from the Aerometric, or just leave it the way it is? But beautiful pen from 1959. And then we go to a Parker 51 from, this one is from 1947. So this was almost the last year of the Vacuumatics. This is a Parker 51 Vacuumatic. Again, with the pump, squeak, squeak. This has not been restored. Gold cap, black body, but this is a demi. You can see how much smaller it is than the regular size 51. This is one of the demis, and this has a beautiful gold, 14 karat gold nib, and these are lovely pens for those that like their pens a little bit shorter. So that will be restored back to brand new again. And I also have another Parker 51 with a gold cap and black body, and this is from the 60s, I think. This has the conical bottom finial on it. And this is an Aerometric. It's got the later clutch ring on it. And so this, finding the date on this one is going to be interesting. So that's coming up as well. Let's see, and I have got two more that I haven't got here. I've got a 1940s Parker Vacuumatic in blue pearl, 3rd generation. It actually might be here today. I've got my doorbell camera on and I'm watching for UPS to deliver this pen to my door. They said anytime after 11 a.m. and it's now 11:34, so we'll see. Come on, Mr. UPS man, I want my Parker Vacuumatic. So yeah, and I've got a 1940s Parker Vacuumatic in emerald pearl coming as well. So we're running all the colors here at Inkquiring Minds over the last few weeks. So I've got this gold one, I've got the blue one coming, and the emerald one coming. I just love these colors. And of course my favorite one is my Azure Blue, which is from 1945. And I write with this one all the time. So that's why I resist the urge of keeping any of these Parker Vacuumatics that I love so much after I restore them. If my wife doesn't want them, or I don't know a friend that I can give one to locally that would appreciate it, I put them up for sale because I just really don't need it. When I've got my one Parker Vacuumatic Azure Blue Pearl, that's all I really need for my own collection. So that's what's coming from what's new and what's old. And let's see what people are saying. Okay. Talking amongst yourselves, good for you. Talk amongst yourselves while I blather on. So name like nobody else says, convert it so it doesn't need sack restoration. Well, the thing with the aerometrics is that the sacks on these aerometrics will last until doomsday. They're vinyl, and so they generally last forever. The real thing about the conversion for me for an aerometric, it makes it usable for a modern user, because this squeeze filler, I think it's just a right royal pain in the ass. Squeeze, 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 especially when you're trying to clean the pen. You could sit here all day Saturday squeezing this into water or under the sink, and it still won't come clean. So changing inks in one of these aerometrics is a real pain, I think. And so it takes a pen that you probably wouldn't use very much because you hate having to clean it, and you don't want to let it sit with ink in it because then it just gets all gummed up. You put it in, you convert it so that it takes Parker cartridges and converters, and you can clean it out with a bulb syringe really, really easy. And so you can change colors. You can put shimmering inks into it, although I wouldn't recommend keeping shimmering inks in a Parker 51. But it means you can put a bulb syringe in and clean out that ink collector a lot easier with shimmering inks. So yeah, and as Juicy Louise says, the squeeze bar can get very sharp. It does. I find it's a real trouble on my thumb trying to clean those things. Copper Plate says, the emerald pearls are also very beautiful. I knew you liked the emerald green for some reason or another. I think, yeah, I think you like the emerald green. So, all lovely vintage pens, yes. So, thank you guys. So, now we come to the portion of the entertainment today called
Doug's Mailbag.
Mailbag time. I love that intro. Points to anyone who knows where that video came from. I think those of you who have been here before will know. Yeah, and thanks, Harry. It's Doug's Mailbag. Yes. So I have got a number of questions from people, and thank you for sending those questions in. And some of them are pen related and some are not. And Teresa was the first to ask me a question. And I'm going to bring it up on the screen here, and I'm going to try to answer it for you. Here we go. And Teresa says, have you always lived in Canada? What do you like about it? What did you choose? Why did you choose the Calgary area? Tell us some good things about Calgary, and if you had to move, where would you go? Well, I've always lived in Canada. Well, no, when I was a young boy, I lived in Argentina for almost a year because my dad's business took him to Buenos Aires, and we lived in a little town between Buenos Aires and Rosario called San Nicolas, basically Santa Claus town in South America. And yeah, Miracle on 34th Street. Points to T. Bayless. There you go. That's exactly right. So yeah, that's the only other place I lived, and I was 5 or something like that at the time, so I don't remember too much of it. But all the time in Canada. I was born in Ontario, in a town where the telephone was invented, Brantford, Ontario, where Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone and placed the first long distance telephone call ever on the planet. It was between he and his assistant. It was between Brantford, Ontario, and Paris, Ontario. Yeah, and Paris isn't all the way over in France. It's only a couple of miles away from Brantford. But that was the first long distance telephone call. I don't remember when. But yeah, I was born there. I grew up in the Niagara Peninsula in the St. Catharines, Niagara Falls area. Yeah, always lived in Canada. I didn't really choose the Calgary area to move to. I came here for work. When I went through college and university and started teaching at my first college in the Niagara area. It was Niagara College. And I taught there for about a decade or so. And they were starting, I was teaching technical theater design, lighting design, set design, costumes, makeup, all that kind of, all the technical stuff. But I'm a lighting and scenery designer. So I was teaching all of that for about 10 years. And in Calgary, the university here in Calgary called Mount Royal started a technical theater program and needed someone to run it, basically design it and run it. And so I was headhunted from my institution in Ontario to come out to Calgary, and I did, with my wife, who was 8 months pregnant, and my 8-month-old daughter, in a car driving across the country. All those things you're not supposed to do in the last trimester of your pregnancy. We came out here. I started a new theater program, had a new baby. Of course, I didn't have it when had the baby. I just did a lot of blowing in her face. So we've been here since 1989, and we consider Calgary home. So would I choose to live somewhere else if I had to? No, not really. I don't know where I would go other than here. Home isn't home anymore. I mean, home is nice to visit. So we just got back from Niagara Falls, actually, a few weeks ago, and did a lot of touristy things while we were there. But we both grew up in the Niagara Peninsula. And it's nice to visit there in Toronto and Hamilton and so forth. But we really long to come home to Calgary again. So this is home now. And I think what I really love about Calgary is that it's a large city. We're at 1.3 million right now. But on the scale of things, we're a small city. We're still kind of a small community compared to Vancouver or Toronto. And we're right in the middle of the country. It's a dry, desert kind of a climate here. We've got the mountains just an hour away to the west. And so an hour's drive, and I'm in Canmore and in Banff, another half an hour or so to Lake Louise. Some of the most beautiful scenery on the planet is right within arm's reach here. The climate is great, the people are great, and we have the sort of small town feel, but a big city access. So I don't think we want to move anywhere else. And there's a lot of really great culture here, from the Calgary Museum to Theatre Calgary, Alberta Theatre Projects. We have museums, we have theme parks, we have all kinds of, we have a wonderful symphony, we have a wonderful ballet. There's all kinds of things here in Calgary. So that's my answer to that question. If I had to move, I don't know. I think you kind of say, well, I'd want to move maybe to Victoria, British Columbia, but British Columbia has its own issues. And are there any moose in the driveway? No, not where we are. We have more deer. We've had deer and bobcats we have around here, but we're still in the suburbs right here in Calgary. But we're just a stone's throw from from a park called Fish Creek, where there's lots of wildlife comes through. So anyway, yeah, Teresa says you're a thespian. Well, I was. 35-year career in post-secondary, professor of theater technology and design. I was the chair of the Mount Royal University Theater Speech and Music Performance program for 11 years. And retired, let's see, that's now 2025, 11 years ago. And your next question is, do I miss it? No, I don't miss it. I miss the students, yes. I don't miss what these educational institutions have become. They're transactional, they're not process-oriented anymore. So, yeah, that's my small rant on the current state of post-secondary education in Canada. So thank you very much, Teresa, for that wonderful question. And let's go to the next question. And this one really wasn't submitted as part of Doug's mailbag, but I asked Stephen, and it's Stephen R., whether I could use the question. He said sure. So he sent me an email about something else and asked a question that I thought should be part of Doug's mailbag. And it is, here's the question. When you offer a pen for sale off your YouTube channel, is it only for your members or are they available to non-members as well on a website? So let me clear this up. It does feel sometimes like my pen sales are for members only, because by the time they go public, they're sold. But that's what happens. Members, it's only 99 cents a month, folks, to be a member of my channel. Members get instant access to the video the moment I put it up. So, for example, this Parker Vacuumatic Golden Pearl, I finished restoring it. Today is Saturday, yesterday, Thursday, I think Thursday. And I was editing all through the afternoon and into the evening. And it was later on in the evening, I finally put the video up on the website. Put it up to YouTube for members only. And this video will be available to everybody else tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So that gives several days for members to decide whether they want to purchase this pen or not, because they're the only ones that know it's for sale. So yeah, you do get a leg up if you're a member. But when it goes live to everybody on the planet, not just subscribers and not just members. And anybody who wants to purchase this pen can buy it from me for my price. You just give me an email at inkquiringminds@gmail.com with your name and your address, and I get you a shipping quote and show you how to pay my PayPal for it. And I also take the text of my videos and put it into a Wix post. And my Wix page is linked in every one of my descriptions of every one of my videos. And you can go there and see what's for sale and previous pens that I've restored as well. So if some pens go unpurchased, they will continue to be there on the Wix website for you to look at. So thank you for that question, Stephen. It is available to everybody to purchase, but it's first come, first serve, and members get first kick at it. There you go. There's that answer. So let's get the next question. This one came in from Elizabeth at the beach this morning. And Elizabeth at the beach, I wonder if she's getting any sun on the beach. Don't you call me a sun on the beach. What are your favorite top 10 ink colors? Okay. This could get long. No, I'm not going to actually answer all of that question because I can't at this point think of 10 inks that in order. I can give you my favorites and we'll see how many there are when we go through it. Number 1, Iroshizuku Konpeki. I'm with Brian Goulet of Goulet Pens. I think it's the prettiest, most well-behaved. That's another thing. It's not just pretty, doesn't just shade well, beautiful color, but it's so well-behaved an ink. I know that if I have problems with a particular pen, if I clean it out and put Konpeki in it, I can eliminate ink as the possible problem with that pen. If it continues to write poorly with Konpeki, it means something else is wrong. So Konpeki number one, I would say probably my J Urbain Kyanite du Nepal, which is the color that I use, and I'm going to fill this C80 with. For my opening scrawl is in Kyanite du Nepal, a beautiful teal color with a silver shimmer to it. And that's in my Leonardo Blue Hawaii, Momento Zero Blue Hawaii, that ink. So that ink, it's two blues. I think I'd have to say, yeah, Iroshizuku Takasumi as the black, my favorite black. Diamine Ancient Copper as my favorite reddish brown. Although I'm really liking Stephen Brown's ink, SBRE Brown from Ackerman. I filled something with it. Janice came to a pen club meeting a few weeks ago where we all had lunch together, and she had a bottle of the SBRE Brown, and I filled my P140 with it, and it's a nice brown. I quite like that. Yeah, I'm just noticing Hari saying, Doodlebud made a video explaining his ink regrets, and Konpeki is one of them. He stated that while this isn't a terrible blue, there are other blues out there that he liked better. Well, it's subjective, isn't it? I disagree with him. I saw that headline. I didn't watch the video. I saw his headline and his bottle of Konpeki with, ink all over it. He's a great guy, by the way, Doodlebud. But as inks go, as blues go, I think it's one of the best. And I think I got to add another. Let's see if I can do this without dropping things all over. This is the ink that got me started when I was a kid in grade 7. And a long years ago. It is a Sheaffer script Peacock Blue. You can't get it anymore. They don't make this. A close match, not really good match, but it's the closest I can find, is Lamy Turquoise. But this is Peacock Blue, and I think this is one of the most beautiful turquoise colored inks ever. I found this antique bottle from the 1960s at an antique shop, and it's full of ink. And it's not rotten or anything like that. It's beautiful. I filled one pen with it, and I'm saving it. I don't want to use it because this is it. It's very difficult to get. But it's one of the most beautiful turquoise blues I think ever made. So that's browns. Red colors. I like Iroshizuku Yamabudo. I also, in other blacks, I like J Urbain Stormy Gray. It's a black with a silver shimmer, and also Shogun from J Urbain. That's a black, charcoal black, gray with a gold shimmer. And that's what clogged up my C80, because I put that Shogun in it because it matched perfectly. I've got Takasume in here, and it works nicely, works beautifully. So yeah, change out your color. If you have issues with your pen, change out the color. Thank you for the question, Elizabeth at the beach. I don't know whether Elizabeth is here or not, but I wasn't keeping count. Was that 5 inks? I got a few others that are nice, but they're not ones. Those are the top inks that I use all the time. Certainly Konpeki. Yes, I agree. Konpeki is very close to diamine turquoise. Thank you, name like nobody else. But I find the diamine turquoise, generally the diamine inks, are dry, whereas the Iroshizuku is a nice wet ink. I love seeing the ink of your youth, peacock blue. So nostalgic. Oh yes. Well, my first pen was. Is it over here? I can't find it now. Aww. I put it away. Is a Sheaffer student pen from the 1960s, and mine was powder blue, the barrel, and chrome, and a little steel nib, and they came with script peacock cartridges. And that was my first introduction to fountain pens and what got me thrilled with it. And it was the ink specifically. I mean, the fountain pen was great, but the ink specifically, because we were all writing with Bic pens, ballpoints, in that standard blue. And everything was standard blue. Everybody had to write with blue ink. And it was boring. And when I saw this turquoise blue, this peacock blue, I went, wow, that's different. And so I immediately had to get one of those pens. And so I got the pen because of the ink. Diego says, I wish Pelikan would take golden lapis and release it without the gold. It's the perfect blue, in my opinion. I agree. The exact opposite of the royal blue, which is the worst. Well, the royal blue is kind of, it's kind of like Waterman's. I should also mention that Waterman's is one of my favorite inks. And Waterman's Serenity Blue. Of course, I use more of this ink than any other. I think I've gone through 4 bottles of these. I ordered 2 more on Amazon, and this one's half full now. I haven't unpackaged the other one, but I do all my vintage work with this ink because it's so unsaturated. It makes it a blue that's kind of boring because it's pale, not very saturated, nice kind of middle blue, but it's safe for pens. And so I suppose the ink I use the most is that one. And there is this one too. I should use this more. And this is the Inspired Blue, and this is Waterman's Turquoise. And it's as well behaved and safe as the Serenity Blue is on vintage pens. I just always reach for the Serenity. I recently bought the Waterman, and I still think it's infinitely better than the Pelikan. Yep, I agree. I love that Pelikan. That's the only ink of the year. I should actually get out the ink of the year and show it to you. Where are you? There we are. So this is the Pelikan ink of the year. Let's go to the desk. My camera's still working. So this is the Apricot Achat, which is French for price, something like that. Apricot price, apricot purchase, something like that in French. And this ink, new ink of the year for 2025, very pale. And if you love that color, there's an M200 Pelikan pen that goes with it, of course. And the Pelikan hub is coming on October 24th. Go to the Pelikan website and sign up for your Pelikan hub in your area for October 24th at 6:30 p.m. your local time. And you'll get a free bottle of this ink of the year. But this ink of the year is the only one I've got, and I've got 5 or 6 of them now, is the only one that I really, really like and use all the time. And it's because the blue is so great. And I agree that if they took the gold out of that, this would rival Konpeki. But again, Pelikan inks are fairly dry relative to Iroshizuku.
It's 12 o'clock.
And let's see. Okay. So my translator is wrong. Thank you, Copilot. Achat means agate, and is a gemstone. I wondered because Edelstein means gemstone in German, if I'm not mistaken. And all of these Edelstein inks are modeled after some kind of a gemstone or a jewel or a semi-precious stone or something like that. So I was surprised when Achat came across in the translator as price or purchase. But I think I just made a mistake and translated from French and not from German. Is that what I did? I think that's what I did. This year's ink is beautiful as always, but the comparison with last year's is very unfair. I agree. That's the best Edelstein ink that they've made so far, I think. Edelstein means gemstone. Yep. There we go. So that's Doug's mailbag. Wait a minute. Do I have another question? No, I don't. But that brings me to, what time is it, Copilot? It's 12. Got about a half an hour left. So my next item here is what's up with Sheaffer. And the reason I'm asking this is because on my Facebook feed, I got this. And it's from Sheaffer Pens. And it said, you asked, we delivered, or should we say re-delivered. Watch this space to see what's coming. That was July 26th. And there's the classic Sheaffer inlaid imperial nib, which I think is the most beautiful fountain pen nib on the planet in history. Your mileage may vary, your aesthetics may vary. I just think this is the most beautiful nib I've ever seen. And when I think of a fountain pen, this is what I think of right here. That beautiful inlaid gold nib. Now, I rewatched Joost Appelbaum's interview with Nikhil Ramjan, Nikhil, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Nikhil Ramjan, who's the CEO of William Penn, that's William Penn, in India, and that's a chain of fountain pen retailers across India. And they purchased Sheaffer from the AT Cross Company back in 2022. And at the time, and I remember Joost's interview with him, and they were talking about taking on the brand and trying to bring back the magic that was Sheaffer of ancient times, because those of you that have had Sheaffers over the last 10, 15 years will know that Sheaffer isn't Sheaffer anymore, just like Parker isn't Parker anymore. The history of it is that the Sheaffer company was launched in 1913 by Walter A. Sheaffer, and they were housed in, they were made in Fort Madison, Iowa, and that company existed from 1913 to 1997, and I'm not sure that the family in 1997 actually owned it at that point, or whether, I'm not sure. But in 1997, the Pick Pen Company purchased Sheaffer, and the first thing that they did was close the plant in Fort Madison, Iowa. Thank you very much. And they moved all their production to, or most of their production, to Slovakia in 2003. And then in 2000, what was it, 2014? Yeah, in 2014, the AT Cross Company purchased the brand and owned the brand until 2022, when William Penn and Nikhil Ramjan purchased the brand. And one of the first things that Nikhil did was he traveled to Fort Madison, Iowa. Excuse me, attended the Sheaffer Museum there, and spoke with many of the former employees of Sheaffer, the original Sheaffer, and to some family members as well. And I thought that was a really interesting gesture by a CEO. Now, we've had some takeovers of other companies like Pelican and so forth, and you don't think that is it Japanese owners of, no, it's Pelican's owned in France, and it's Lamy that's now Japanese. Yeah. So, I don't think the Japanese owners, which is, I can't remember now, what's the name of the company? They make a lot of ballpoint pens. Japanese. Someone will tell me. Because you know everything out there. Someone will tell me. But the new Japanese, Uniball, that's it. I got it. Uniball owns Lamy now. I don't see the owner of Uniball going and visiting anybody in Germany and talking about the heritage of the brand and so forth. I bet you that doesn't happen. But here, the new owner from India of this classic American company has traveled back to look at the legacy and spoken with people that were there. That speaks volumes to me, that they're going to actually attempt to rekindle some of the pen love from the pen community for Sheaffer, for modern Sheaffer. There are a couple of Sheaffers that have been produced over the last number of years that are okay. The Sheaffer Icon, for example, I really loved that pen. The nib was awful. They're all made in China, of course, but the nib was awful. And I replaced the nib with a bent nib, and the Sheaffer Icon is a lovely pen. But the new Sheaffer has come out and just released in July the new Sheaffer Legacy. And let me bring that up here on my computer because I went and searched for it. It's now out and available. And okay, why won't this come up on my screen? There we go. And there we go. So I noticed that Applebaum will have these starting in August for $248.71 US. This is a Sheaffer Legacy Heritage Black Lac PT fountain pen. It has the Sheaffer Classic inlaid nib, but it is steel, and this is a cartridge converter pen. So last night I reached out to Joost Applebaum, who is currently in Washington DC at the pen show, and I wrote him and I said, any chance that you have any of those and might want to send one to me for review, because I'd love to compare this with my, with my 1960 Sheaffer PFM with the gold nib and beautiful inlaid gold nib, and I've got a Targa from the 70s as well, beautiful Sheaffers, and to compare it with one of the original Legacies as well. I have a pen friend who has a Legacy that I'm going to borrow. And he wrote me back this morning and said, sure, I'll send one off to you when he gets back to Amsterdam. So thank you, Joost, if you're watching. Hi, guys in DC. Hi, Claire. Hi, Salvatore. Hi, Joost. And whoever else is in DC. They're all too busy to watch me. But, so yeah, so that's another thing that's coming, that's going to be new. It'll be in mid-August, I think I'll probably see that new Sheaffer Legacy. And I've got high hopes that the new Sheaffer is guided by someone who actually loves fountain pens. It's not just like when these famous pen companies were owned by Rubbermaid. You know that someone who makes like Rubbermaid mats for the front of your door is probably not going to be into fountain pens so much. But someone like William Penn in India, who are dedicated to the love of fountain pens, might actually do some good things for the brand. So I'm optimistic. I was reading through a lot of the stuff on Reddit, a lot of the discussion, and people are saying, they're going to ruin the brand, and blah, blah. Well, there is no brand right now. You know, I mean, Sheaffer for the last 20 years has not been Sheaffer. So hopefully things will look up for them. So that's my little screed on what's up with Sheaffer right now. So look forward to seeing that review coming up in mid-August. I know I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see how well the new Sheaffer Legacy does. I'm wondering whether comparisons might be looking at apples and oranges, especially when we're looking at a vintage gold nib compared to a modern steel nib. But it'll be interesting to see how it functions as a cartridge converter pen. Let's see what people are saying here. Diego says, I love my Sheaffer Imperial, and you are a big part of why I have it. Oh, cool. Yeah, the Imperial is a beautiful pen. I purchased a gold, completely gold Sheaffer Imperial vintage pen and restored it. It was a touchdown. And I just didn't use it that much, especially since I got my PFM. And so I sold that pen, and I often think, I don't know whether I should have sold that pen. I wish they'd bring back the Sheaffer. I'm not aware of the Sheaffer. The Sheaffer Sheaffer? Tell me what that is. And name like nobody else says, oh yes, Goldspot had a first look at the Esterbrook Niblet video, and you can see one of those Sheaffer pens on the table at the discussion. The comment section mentioned that it was coming soon. So yeah, I've seen a lot of talk about the Esterbrook Niblet, and I'm wondering whether I should ask Tom to send me one to review. People seem to be very fond of these tiny little pens now. Seems to be, big nibs, number 8, number 10, and tiny pens seem to be in vogue lately. Trends come and trends go. And, hey co-pilot, what time is it? It's 12:12. You know what time it is now? Does anybody know? It's time for our giveaway. Let's try. Let's see how many people are here first. We have 36 people. Nope, we have 43 people. It just updated. And it's membership giveaway time. Yes, it is. So, watch your screens. Let's see if this works. I build these things up and then drum roll and everything, and then it doesn't work. I'm going to give it a try here. It's on the menu, so hopefully this is going to work. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's see who's won gift memberships. Scotty H has received a gift membership. The Penotar has received a gift membership. Hamster has received a gift membership. Moldy Yapper, what a great moniker that is. Moldy Yapper has received a gift membership, and Asteroids Ghost has received a gift membership from Inkquiring Minds. Congratulations to all of you for your new 1-month membership to Inkquiring Minds. What does that get you? You may well ask, and well, you may, and I will answer you. what you get as a member is you get instant access to my videos the moment I post them. So that means when I do a pen restoration, you'll get first kick at purchasing it. You also get cool emojis, badges, and sneak peek unboxing videos. When I get new pens, I do an unboxing video and I send it out to just members. And I answer all your comments in the comments section. Absolutely, I guarantee I'll answer all your comments. I answer most comments, but many times when there's a lot of comments, I'll answer the members and then just go and show that I've seen your other comment. Thank you very much for all of that. You get 1 month free of Inkquiring Minds, and it will not auto renew. If you want it to renew to the next month, you have to renew it yourself, and it's 99 cents a month for all the perks that everybody gets. If you want to support my channel a little bit more at a more premium level, you can buy a membership for $5 a month, and I really appreciate those members that do that. Become a premium member. You don't get anything more than my thanks for the $5 a month, but 99 cents a month, and it's cheap at twice the price. So congratulations to everyone for the membership giveaway, and yay, let's do this because it actually worked. 2 thumbs up. There we go. And the horns. Let's do the horns. Hang on a sec. I gotta go.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm the contractor of the property management.
Yeah.
I'm here to assess parging and gapping on the steps.
Okay.
Are they, you know about this?
No.
They said the gapping on the front step.
Ah, okay.
So probably
No.
no.
Yeah. In the middle of a call.
Okay, thanks.
That interruption is brought to you by our sponsor today, Sheaffer Script Ink. Get yours at your hardware store today. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, that's what I thought, Teresa. I thought that the pen had arrived because there was a guy that just said, "Hey, hello," and I thought he was dropping off my pen. It's just a contractor for the condo going around and looking at structural things. I don't know. He's looking at my front door right now. So anyway, no pen yet. I was all excited. I thought I would unbox it right in front of you. But yeah, Vacuumatic time. I was hoping. Yeah, new pen day, not so much. Maybe, well, it's supposed to be out for delivery. So let's see. Here comes the mail. And we have 49 people here. And we're coming up on 20 after 12 for me. And so I think we're going to draw this discussion to an end. And I'm going to help that workman sort out what's wrong with my foundation. I didn't know there was anything wrong with my foundation, but they're fixing it. So good. So cheers to everyone out there. I'm going to drink my PG Tips. Ooh, that's good. Thank you to my co-pilot, Copperplate 69, for keeping me on track today, as always. And we got to go back to the agenda because the important thing here is what's happening in the next live stream, which is September 6th. Mark your calendars for our next live stream. We'll get together on Saturday, September 6th. Don't forget to send in your questions to inkquiringminds@gmail.com, and I will answer them during Doug's mailbag, or I'll attempt to answer them. We look forward to another month of interesting pen videos and pen events. I've got another pen club meeting coming up next Saturday. and we're going to share lots of things. And I'm going to have that co-pro with Janice coming up as well, so I'm looking forward to that. So lots of things to look forward to. Keep watching my videos. Be good to each other, write to each other, use your pens, and enjoy. And don't forget to sign up for the Pelican Hub. Go to Pelican's website, www.pelican.com, and get into the entry for the Pelican Pen Hub happening in a city near you on October 24th, 2024. You'll get cool swag. You not only get the new ink of the year, you'll get this ink here, you'll get the updated Pelican notepad, which has some really nice paper. I use this all the time for special cards and notes. And there will be other cool things happening at your local hub. And you'll be able to see on the website as well what cities are close to you that have hubs. And if you don't have any city near you, put your name in to be a hub master in your local city, and get a bunch of people signed up, and you can have your own pen hub in your own local community. It's a lot of fun to get together with a lot of other people who love pens, like today was. So thank you for joining me all. I'll leave the feed going so you can all say goodbye to each other. But other than that, it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him. Take care. See you next month.